Hey guys, this is Dennis, the founder of Think Hero.
And I'm David Griffin, your resident comic book and video game guru.
And this is our review of The Walking Dead Season 4 finale. So, both you and me have been kind of critical of this season. However, I thought this season actually ended pretty well. I liked the finale. It wasn't the best Walking Dead episode ever, but I thought it was pretty good, and stuff actually happened. I thought, even though the season was very slow at times, actually a good amount of time, that at least these last few episodes, something actually happened.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, and for, said as a reader of the comic books, I really didn't know what was going to happen. Some of the stuff with the hunters or whatever, I kind of knew that side of things, but like a lot of stuff with the Terminus at the end, I didn't know. So it left me in suspense. This was one of the better episodes of the season for sure. Shot well. That opening shot of Rick just bloody and shaking was cool. I really enjoyed the flashbacks. It's seeing Herschel again, which I really like that actor who plays Herschel. So that was great to see
I
him
personally didn't care for the flashbacks.
Oh, no?
I just didn't think they were necessary. I didn't mind them; they weren't bad. I just didn't think they needed to be there. But speaking of direction, Michelle McLaren, I think her name is.
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
she directed some of the best Breaking Bad episodes.
Yeah, so she directed this episode. It was written by the showrunner Scott Gimble and Angela Kang, I think or Kong.
Yeah, she's one of the producers. Yeah.
So yeah, I really like this episode because stuff actually happened. I mean, first, let's start off. I mean, most of the episode, 99% of it is Rick, Michonne, Carl, and so I liked that. I liked how in the beginning we saw them really hungry because that's how it would be in the post-apocalyptic world. I kind of was critical, I think, in season 1 or 2 where water and food and ammo seemed so abundant everywhere. And now they've come to a place where, they actually are thirsty and hungry and they got to save their ammo.
Right, that's one thing I've always appreciated about Walking Dead, and I've talked about this, about how, let's say a show like Revolution on NBC, not to hate, love Eric Kripke, love Supernatural, but everybody's so pretty. They got the nice hair and the Gap clothes, looking like models, whereas Walking Dead has always been dirty, gritty. I do appreciate that aspect. People do look, I guess, authentic as you would in a post-apocalyptic world. I've never experienced one before, but I mean, I think they look authentic. But yeah, the look of this was great. Again, Michelle McLaren did such a great job shooting it. Walking Dead for me has never been an issue with the way it's been shot. I think it's just living in this world. It's so dark. It's so sad. It's post-apocalyptic. There's zombies. I understand that. I think the difference for me, I'm not comparing the story with the books. What I'm saying is with the comics, I read once a month. I read it for 15 minutes. I'm done. I think hour after hour, week after week with the show, I think it's starting to weigh on me a little bit, just emotionally. It's just so dark and dour all the time. But I did appreciate this episode and the way it was shot. This, for me, was one of the better episodes. So, hey, I give credit where credit's due. This was a good episode for me.
For me, it's not how dark the show is. It's just more...
There's no hope.
That doesn't bother me.
You got to have some hope.
That doesn't bother me.
Like the Land Before Time, where's the Great Valley? You got to have some hope.
For me, it's more about just them stretching out the story. I mean, this is, a 13-episode season?
Yeah.
They had 7 or 8 episodes worth of story, and they just stretched out. That's
true,
why I think these last few episodes have been really good, because they knew they were ending the season, so they saved all the story for the end.
Yeah, that's true,
and so stuff actually happened in the last few episodes, where it didn't always before.
Right. I was to go back to the flashbacks, I kind of wanted to defend those a little bit. I actually enjoyed the flashbacks because I think they were showing, even though maybe it was already too obvious anyway, they were showing Rick losing his humanity. I wish now, again, not to compare, in the comic books you see Rick and his son Carl lose their humanity together. I think he did a better job, especially with the whole thing with the 2 girls and the killing the girl. Carl's more involved in that story in the books. You see them losing their humanity together. After Rick stabbed that guy 15, 20 times, however many times he stabbed him, he just lost his humanity. And I think you go back and you see that time when he had with Herschel, and he was this could work, we're farming, we're happy. But I love what Rick said in that moment. He said, you know what, today is a good day, and that's enough for now. Whereas Herschel's like, it can always be like this, which is just not realistic. But Rick was realistic and said, look, today's a good day. let's just live in that and let's live in this good day.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't hate the flashbacks. For me, they were just unnecessary because I already know, you know?
Yeah.
Like, when I see a scene like that with Rick and all that stuff, I know what it was like before already.
Right.
But I did really like that scene when they get ambushed and Daryl's with that group, because I thought that scene had a lot of tension to it.
It was good, yeah.
Where you're like, oh my God. I mean, you know in your head, like, you know, they can't die, right?
Right.
But what if one of them does, you know? You don't know. Like, Rick could die or Carl. Better not be Daryl, though.
Can't kill Daryl. Daryl goes, people stop watching the show. No, it was a great scene. I don't know why, you know, he just didn't go say claimed. Claimed, that's the whole Hunter way. Like, you claim something, it's yours. He should have just said claimed.
I'm so glad that crap is over with.
Yeah, no, they got him. And Rick, we know Rick's a badass. We got to see him, because Rick's been kind of moping lately.
Yeah.
You know, he's been hurt. He was sick, so it's nice to see him rip a guy's throat out, you know, with his teeth. You know, he's tough. Rick is tough. He was just shaking. I was just waiting for him. He was like the Incredible Hulk. Like, you're not gonna like me when I'm angry. So that was a good scene. Like when the gun went off and he couldn't hear anything, and it was good. It was a well shot scene.
Yeah, and it's, you know, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, that guy was trying to rape his son. I mean,
that was rough. Rick's going crazy, but I think it scared Carl a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
Carl was scared. Carl's like, wow, Dad's psycho. That was scary.
Yeah, but I mean, considering the situations,
you know,
I don't blame him.
It's
and
rough,
you have Michonne being the mother figure to him. You know, Carl's lying in his lap, and she's like,
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to see a Michonne-Rick relationship. Wouldn't mind seeing that. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Michonne's a little hard, but I kind of wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, you got the father, the mother, the son, and then Daryl's kind of like the big brother.
Yeah.
Well, actually, not the big brother. He's more like the uncle.
Right.
He's like the uncle
to
them.
So I mean, it was good. I mean, like I guess I think this episode maybe, I don't know. I have to go back. This might be one of my favorite episodes.
Okay.
Because the episode with me, when with Carol and the girls, and you know the whole with the flowers, like that didn't really do it for me. But this episode I really liked. I did feel a connection with, like you said, like almost a family dynamic with the mother, the father, and then Daryl's like the big brother. I really liked this episode.
Yeah, and then they get to Terminus, and you know we had speculated before, not like it was anything, you know. Like
people are
really
crazy over there, yeah.
Yeah, like we knew something was going to be up at Terminus. They're not going to have a place where everything's. It was
a little too quiet over there. Not that many people.
And too nice. The people are too nice. Everything's too easy.
Right.
So yeah, we find out that they have captured Maggie and Glenn and the rest of those guys.
I was waiting for Carl to get shot.
Because
like when Carl's like out in the open, I was just waiting for like one of those guys just to shoot him. Like I was like, maybe it's gonna kill Carl.
To me, that just shows really good direction.
It was a good scene. There was tension. There was tension during that scene.
Yeah, I like that scene too. Because even as a person who doesn't really care for the character of Carl,
right.
I still felt, like, oh my God,
he
could
die.
Shoot him.
Yeah, he could get shot. So that was good. And we got to see where everybody is. And Rick says the famous line that's all over Tumblr and everywhere online is they've screwed with the wrong people or something. So,
I thought it was a little cheesy. For the last line.
It's a little cheesy. I mean,
just because they're trapped in like this thing and they have no weapons. I'm like, you're a little too macho there.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's doing his famous, a one-liner, from like an action movie or something. So I mean, that's where we leave him. But what's interesting this season, this finale, is who we didn't see. We didn't see Tyrese, Carol, Judith. Yeah. Didn't see them, so they're out there somewhere.
Do you think they could come and save the day?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's two people. I mean, to give the people credit there, they're pretty well organized. Like at first, when they were shooting, I'm like, man, this is the worst shooting people I've ever seen. It's like a Star Wars movie, but they were guiding them. No, I mean, they were actually very well organized. So it's going to be tough for them to bring them down. It's going to be no easy feat.
Exactly. That's why I think Rick may be a little bit too overconfident in their abilities to escape.
Rick's crazy right now. He's in another place.
And there's also speculation that these guys are cannibals and that.
Because they go by that area. There's a bunch of like human remains and blood, and and they're like ladies frying something up in the previous episode. Who knows what she's cooking?
And they're about to eat it, and but then they saw Glenn's watch. Well, Herschel's watch that he gave Glenn, all the riot gear, all that stuff.
Right.
So
these people are crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't trust them.
So yeah, I enjoyed the episode. I liked it, and for me, if Walking Dead was like this all the time, I think I'd be praising the show a lot more. It's just there's a lot of episodes where nothing much
Yeah,
happens.
it's such a moneymaker for them, and 2, they don't have an end in sight. There is no like Game of Thrones announcement like we're going to go 7 seasons. There is no, Lost after season 3,
Yeah.
or knowing like, hey, we're ending after this story of 6 seasons, we're ending.
Well,
so.
when you have what was it, 15 point something million for the season finale.
I mean, that's insane. That's
Viewers.
huge numbers.
That's
huge.
like the second most viewers they ever had, and the first was this year's season opener.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Premiere. It's just going bigger and bigger every.
I mean, this is AMC's #1 show. They're going to put everything behind this.
And make it last as long as possible.
Some of you said, and it's interesting to hear that you wouldn't mind seeing the show go like 10 seasons, and I think that's a little bit much.
I don't think I want to see any movie, or not movie, any
series
TV
go, right.
series, especially drama. Comedy, okay,
right.
maybe, because you're doing, 22-minute episodes.
Yeah, I mean, 7 seasons is a lot for an hour-long drama. It's like there's only so many stories you can tell. I think creators and studios are afraid to let go because that's their moneymaker. It's like, can we create something else, and that can cause some problems.
Well, especially with AMC, you have
Mad Men's leaving.
Mad Men's ending. Breaking Bad just ended.
Yep.
And
They got a couple new shows, but who knows if those are going to work.
exactly.
Yeah.
Low Winter Sun didn't do very well.
No, canceled. Yep.
So now what do you have?
Right.
I don't think this Better Call Saul is going to do very well.
No, it's not going to get these kind of numbers.
No, and also
There's a new war movie coming out with Jamie Bell.
Yeah.
It looks interesting, but I don't think that's going to get 10 million viewers. I mean, so yeah, they're really going to hold on to their baby.
All right, guys, so that's what we thought of the Season 4 finale of The Walking Dead. You can post your comments below on the website, thinkhero.com, or on our YouTube channel, Think Hero Pro. Make sure you subscribe to that.
You also can find us on Twitter. I talked to Dennis or myself about The Walking Dead. Maybe try to convince me of why I should keep watching the show for next season.
Hey, the last few episodes were good. That didn't intrigue you to watch next season?
The finale maybe intrigued me to watch the premiere of next season, so I'll give it a shot. You can find us at Think Hero. I'm at Griffin DE.
And we also have a Facebook page. That's facebook.com/ThinkHeroFans. Make sure you like that page and share our videos on Facebook, Twitter, and anything else that will really help us out. Thanks.